Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Pre-Market PulseScan. Today is Thursday, January the 12th, 2017. The time is 8:42 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking at the overnight markets, the Dow futures currently is down 42 points at 19,835. Overnight high was 19,882. The low was 19,811. Last trade 19,835. The emini nasdaq 100 is down 14 and a quarter points at 5,032. The overnight high was 5,044 and three quarters, and the low was 50.28. Emini S&P 500 down 5.5 points at 2265. Overnight high was 2270 half. The low was 2260 and three quarters. The Russell is down 3.30 at 1370.90. The high was 1373. The low 1367.20. The Nikkei down 200 at 19,195. The overnight high was 19,430. The low 19,065. Crude oil. And yes, I always quote from the mini crude oil. That's when I like to trade. That's ticker symbol QM. So when I do these pre-markets, it's always the E-minis. I like the E-minis. All right, crude oil is up 82.5 cents at 53.07.5. The overnight high was 53 and a quarter. The low 52 and 12.5 cents. The U.S. dollar is down 71 at 101.03 and a half. The high was 101.77. The low par 70. So the market tested par and came back. Is this a short-term bottom now for the U.S. dollar index? Is it doing what I anticipated, which a while back I told you that par should be the new support for the U.S. dollar index? And today we are seeing signs of that being the case, and that's what we're doing. So right now we'll have to wait and see, but that's what it's looking like right now. And it looks like, excuse me, I want to say like 800 should be the new support on the Bitcoin. So we'll see. All right, the gold. Gold managed to break above the 1,200 mark. It's up $4.20. Last trade is $1,200.80. Overnight high 1207.20. The overnight low 1190.70. And looking at silver, silver is down a penny at $16.81.5. The overnight high was $17.02. The low $16.75.5. So silver right now tested its $17, but it has not been able to hold that. Meanwhile, gold is struggling to hold the $1,200 mark. The euro, excuse me, is up 66 pips at 106.70. Overnight high 107.10. The low 105.98. The pound up 61 pips at 122.84. The high was 123.29. The low 121.86. And the Australian dollar up 54 pips at 74.86. The high was 75.07. The low 74.20. Also, the Sqqq, the inverse ETF to the TQQQ, the NASDAQ 100, has been repriced with the reverse stock split. It looks like it's going to be repriced at $47.15. So yesterday it closed at around $11.69. Today it's being repriced all the way up to $47. So the interesting thing is it setting up so you can short it now from $47 and ride it all the way back down to 11 again? Are they telling you there's no chance in four worlds that the stock indexes are going to see any significant pullback anytime soon? We'll have to see. Or is it saying that the stock market's about to lose support and break through support, and they don't want to make it easy for everyone to short the market, so they reprice everything up to Sqqq. Now, this is tongue-in-cheek. I'm being funny, but these repricings are on a schedule. So this happens all the time. But I'm just saying this time around is interesting because, as you know, the NASDAQ, the emini NASDAQ 100 has hit all new all-time highs back above 5,000. So it's just funny that these repricings are happening now. Just food for thought. So where do we go from here? Well, looking at the charts, if you remember last night's end of day report, we had a few interesting things to look at, like the amazing trading range in the crude oil. And so the markets have just been whipsawing all over the place, trying to determine what it's going to do. This is a pivotal week for the market because it's the first full week of trading, and so trends are trying to be established, all that good stuff. Markets trying to digest what a Trump presidency is going to look like, and regulations, and all that good stuff. So let's take a look. Where are we? Well, let's look at our rally alerts for the day. Crude oil has a rally alert, so we need to watch that and see what happens. And that's going to be everything in the crude oil space, like the crude oil futures, CL, QM, and also on the equity side, DIG. We do have a rally alert in DSLV, so that's interesting. Also, GASL, the British pound has a rally alert. We have the inverse ETF, GUSH, which, I'm sorry, that's not inverse, that's the bullish ETF, so GUSH. JDST has a rally alert, but far removed from the market, so it's almost insignificant. Let's see, LABD has a rally alert. That's the biotech inverse ETF. Sqqq has a rally alert, but it's irrelevant now because they've repriced. So I will need to give this a few days for the data to be updated. Whenever they reprice, they always go back and change the data and play around with it and blah blah. So we'll wait and see what comes back from the exchange. So I got to stand aside on the Sqqq today. Excuse me. All right, UCO has a rally alert. Walmart has a rally alert. Interesting. And ZSL. So we're looking at a possibility of silver being weaker than gold. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Taking a look at your swing trade alerts, you have pretty much everything else on the board has a swing trade alert on it. Let's see here. Let's go through a couple of these. We have the Nikkei, the NASDAQ 100, feeder cattle on the future side, live cattle, lean hogs on the future side, coffee on the future side. Let's see, Apple and Amazon have swing trade alerts. Australian dollar, comex, drip, Doug, the euro. Looking at the Nikkei space, the EWJ. The inverse ETF to the financial sector, FAZ. Facebook, Google, Hack. Don't really want to see that go up too much. Let's see, JP&L. Excuse me, LABU. NAC has swing trade alert. I have to watch that one. The QQQ, Robo, ROBO. Let's see, what else? SVXY, the NASDAQ space, the TQQQ, the Russell, TWM, inverse dollar, UDN, and the ULE on the ultra side of things, the euro side of things. So quite a few things to take a look at today. We'll have to watch and see, especially on the gold side of things. We've got to watch and see if any supports get taken out, because that's what we're going to be having to watch for today, is the supports. As long as the market can hold, we should be fine. Other than that, it really doesn't have anything special in it. It's like the market's really trying to change its complexion. You're still in a retracement mode off the lows. Your bullish momentum is locked in, but you did have a negative swing VIX yesterday from which the market used to rally today. So interesting market makeup on the gold. The gold is really interesting to watch to see exactly where we go from here, because it's up in the air. We really don't know. I think the 1200 to 1210 mark, just like I've been calling for, is major resistance. And right now we're trading within that $10 space, which is the 1200 to 1210 range. So we're trading within that space as we speak. Looking at JNUG, JNUG 2, you're still in retracement mode off the lows, and you do have a crash alert, but the market is still locked in on the bull side of things. So JNUG is still under some pressure and really needs to break out and run. It should get bolstered today on the back of the dollar. Let's take a look at how it's moving in pre-market. I do believe it's above $9. Let's just double check that real quick. Let's see. All right, last trade on here now is hit $9.39 in pre-market. Last trade now is like $9.06. So it's pulled back some off the pre-market high. Could pull back more and fill the gap from yesterday before bouncing higher. It's going to be contingent upon, how this gold move. Looking at GDXJ. Excuse me. All right, GDXJ hit an overnight high of 38.10 pre-market. 38.10, and last trade is 37.66. So it's pulled back quite a bit as well. Looking to fill the gap. You figure, let's see, you have 37.63, hit 37. Technically speaking, it has technically filled the gap. Technically speaking, it did fill the gap. So it should be able to bounce higher based on how everything else is doing today within the gold space. But it does look that it wants to run here. So those are all good signs. All right, let's switch our focus. Taking a look at uranium. On the uranium side of things, we have only two rally alerts to speak of, and that's ticker symbol UWEFF, and that's traded on the pink sheets over the counter. And then we have a rally alert on UEX, ticker symbol. Both of these are penny stocks, so you know the rules with that. On the first one, the UWEFF, let's just take a quick peek here. Going back a little bit, it really doesn't have a lot going on. I'm trying to see where we. Yeah, it can't get out of that 2 to 3 cent range. See, this is one of those penny stocks that don't have any real movement. It's different if it could run up to $1 or two and just, at least give you a $2 trading range. This doesn't have a trading range. It has a 2 cent trading range. I can't do nothing with this. This is me personally. I can't do nothing with it. This is one of those penny stocks you buy and hold for eternity, hoping something happens. I don't trade like that. I can't move like that. Let's look at UEX. All right, UEX. All right, let's see. 28 cents. Again, this one only has about 10 cents built into it. Yeah, I can't work with that either. I need more volatility. I need more than that. I like plays where there is some volatility and liquidity. You have to have volatility because without price movement, we can't make any money. So I need price movement. All right. The only one that looks to do that for you on here is like let's see, URA, the URRE. Those those have good movement. PDN, excuse me. So everything else on here looks like you got a lot of swing trade alerts on the. You got CCJ, CVVUF, DML, FCUUF, URA. All these have swing trade alerts. So you want to pick those that have some kind of volatility to them. You need price fluctuation. Anything that does not move is a problem, especially liquidity too. So, especially when you're dealing with the pink sheets, and most of these are pink sheets. So you know how they roll. All right. So trade with caution if you're going to do anything on those. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You have the pulse wave price triggers for the day. Just really mind your P's and Q's. Take a look at where those price triggers are in relation to the market and trade accordingly. Also watch those supports. Stop losses are right at those supports. If those are taken out, that triggers a short position. So you want to be ready to go short when necessary. But try to pick the most liquid, volatile shares so that you can get in and out and make your money and not have to hold something for eternity in order just to see a 1 penny gain. You don't want to do that. All right. So with that said, excuse me. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. I'll see you in the trading room.